Yes, hello. My name is Neil Pettigrew. I'm the Vice President of Exploration for GT Resources and also Director of the company. I'm very happy to be here right now and let you know about the story with GT and its green transportation focus on copper, nickel, and platinum, palladium.
Good to see you here. And you're around at PDAC.
Yep.
Busy on the shop floor. Do people know who you are? This name change.
We do have both signs up. So it is something that was in the works for a while, as I said. Really, the palladium name was a legacy from our Finnish project, which does have a significant amount of palladium, but we've really kind of expanded beyond that. We're really kind of in that green transportation focus. We're really weighted towards the copper nickel side these days. And so we're really trying to think this is a better representation of what the company's about.
Yeah, I think name changes are an interesting one. Usually people trying to cover something up, but you've got a ton of money in the bank, so it's definitely not that.
No, we're really quite in rarefied company here on the floor out there, because we're a junior company with close to 10 million hard in the bank.
Right.
Obviously the share price isn't where we would like it to be, but we actually look at the current market as an opportunity. And there are things that we can do that with projects that simply aren't normally available.
Right, okay. We'll come on to that in a second. Let's stick with what we've got. Obviously, Finn will park up for now. Copper, nickel, Tao Project.
Yep.
What are you going to be doing with it this year?
So we still have a bit of results that are flowing from last year's program. We had a release just a few weeks ago on the drilling. That project is still a significant priority for us, but we are actually going to be being judicious with those hard dollars. We aren't planning any major expenditures on Tao at this time. If we do choose so, that would be on our Canalask project.
Right, and what's happening up there?
So that one we had run ground EM, re-established access, and that one is now drill ready.
Right.
And so that's a high-grade nickel copper target.
Right.
And so that one would be the next one in the books. But as I mentioned before, we think that there's actually better ways to add value in this market than just continuing to go drill heavy. So we're really looking at adding to our portfolio.
Right, so if drilling's not getting a reward in this market, and I think that's a fair thing to say, 10 million bucks, there's a lot of cash-strapped companies out there, cash-strapped assets out there. What type of asset are you looking for? Are we sticking with copper and nickel?
We are continuing to go on that green transportation focus, right? I mean, really the company is trying to cover those bases. I mean, I think the market is realizing once again we're not going to all be driving EVs in 2 years' time. Yeah. And so we're going to have continued use for platinum and palladium. So we're covering that from the clean air side with our existing portfolio. The electrification is, however, coming, and we're going to need a lot more than nickel for batteries, and that's why we really like the copper angle too, right? So I think we're very well balanced to cover the suite of metals that are required for this transition period into electrification.
And talk to me about jurisdiction, because obviously you're in Europe, you're in North America.
Correct.
What's the focus going forward?
The focus going forward is to stay in favorable jurisdictions. They may not necessarily all be, first world kind of fare, but we do like to work in well-established mining jurisdictions with, good rule of law and proven track records of bringing mines to production. Right.
Now, it sounds a bit easier than it probably actually is, because you've got existing management teams who have their own view on valuations and their own job security.
Correct.
So these things take time. Have you started a process of looking or vetting?
Oh, we've definitely started a process of looking. But as you say, people's expectations were initially rather high. But as time goes on, those change, right? And so what we're seeing, especially on the floor out there of this show, is that the clocks are ticking, right? And so, conversations that we might have had 6 months ago are looking very different today.
I bet. Yeah. I bet. It kind of feels like people were just trying to get over the line, get to PDAC, and hopefully their lives will change. But it's a still tough market.
Very much so.
I think money is still, I haven't seen too many investors around the show, I have to admit.
I would say that they are rather rare this year.
Rather rare, and therefore money's rather rare and money's rather expensive at the moment. So you're kind of in the driving seat with regards to those conversations. I think is effectively what you're saying.
And that's really what I see, is that I actually see this period, and we all know these downturns aren't fun, but we are looking at it as an opportunity. And so, we have the luxury of taking the gas pedal off the drill bit and ramping up the acquisition side here, potentially. And so they are going to be having those conversations, and we are having those conversations.
Right, and you're looking for like one good asset. You're not spreading yourselves too thin.
Well, no, there's opportunities right now for advanced assets that just normally aren't on the table in a normal market, right?
What do you mean by advanced?
You're talking about something at least as advanced as our finished project or more, right?
Okay.
Yeah, which has measured and indicated resources.
Right.
Yeah.
And in terms of deal structures, probably Derek's area. He's the structure guy for sure. But are you, with those conversations, are people looking for all cash deals, or are there
Well, that's
share swaps?
that's just not going to fly. I mean, we're going to be very judicious with that pot, right? And so there will be share-heavy structures, deferred payment structures, that kind of stuff. You have to make it work.
Yeah.
Because especially you do not want to be put in a position where all of a sudden you have to raise money the moment you do a deal.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's just, as you said, the market is not there right now for that. I think that we have a great opportunity to add value to GT Resources through that acquisition and being very disciplined in that acquisition pathway.
Okay. So this year, very clear about the plan. Timing not so much because no one's in control of that.
No one's in control of that. And as I said, conversation 6 months ago, a different price than they're at present.
This is probably get better throughout the year.
Well, this is the thing. So we have the luxury of time.
Right. Okay. So that's your message to shareholders: is we got money, we've got time, we're in control, and we're kind of clear about the strategy, which is to add to the current portfolio.
Correct. And we're going to be very disciplined with those dollars. That's kind of the thing. And the fact that our position becomes stronger by every month of this downturn.
Like I say, Res Hensteth, thanks for the update.
Thanks.
You better get back out there.
Okay. Thank you.